Guys, I'm sorry, but you have been lied to. You can have everything you have ever wanted, and anyone that says that you can't is lying to you. Your life is actually just one massive menu. Any circumstances, any opportunities that come up in your life is an opportunity for you to swipe left or right on whether you want it or you don't want it. And the way that you react to this thing is the thing that's going to tell the universe whether you want more of it or whether you want less of it. And the thing that most people have wrong is they're reacting to things that they actually don't want, and they're not reacting enough to things that they do want. And everything's going to be explained in a second. I'm going to show you exactly how to react to negative things to get rid of them, and exactly how to react to positive things to create an abundance of them. The literal way that you respond to something, or just a person in the streets, or letting someone go when you're driving, or whether you smile at someone or you don't smile at someone in the streets, whether you say thanks or you don't say thanks, this all determines your reality. All of these little things that happen, even the coincidences, they all mean something. They're all opportunities for you to choose, literally pick and choose what you want from your life. They're all options being presented to you, and people make the mistake of reacting to them as if they mean something deeper than that, or whether they think that it's someone's out there to just get them, or all of these things, and none of it is true. It's all just a huge gigantic menu. It's almost like a game. The way that you respond to it determines the energy that you are giving to it. So you have to choose whether to respond in A, B, C, or D. For example, any type of response or reaction is you giving energy to it. But how do you know what kind of energy you're giving to it? So say something negative happens to you and you sit there and you think, oh my god, why me? Or you give them a dirty look, right? Or you beep your horn at someone because they're in the way of you. All of these are reactions. Reactions are responses in a way of emotions. Emotions are energy. If you give negative energy to a negative scenario, that negative emotion holds a lot of energy. Where energy flows, where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, this is what you attract more of. So if you react to a negative scenario with a negative emotion, whether it's anger, shame, embarrassment, resentment, jealousy, all of these scenarios, all of these emotions, they all have different emotional vibrations, right? They all vibrate at a certain frequency, and a lot of you guys don't even realize it, but you're actually vibrating at some of the worst frequencies here when you're reacting to these negative scenarios. You're actually giving the worst emotions on this earth, the ones that hold the most negative, lowest frequencies. So I'm going to put a picture on here and showing you what these type of emotions are. But as you can see at the bottom, some of the ones that are at the bottom are like guilt and shame. And the thing is when you start doing shadow work, right, you'll start realizing that a lot of us are carrying around these emotions such as shame, guilt, and embarrassment every single day. Outside of reacting to the scenarios, we're carrying these emotions around with us every single day from past experiences, even experiences from when we was a child, experiences that we might have even forgotten on purpose. Like our brain has repressed these experiences to protect us, to protect our egos, and we're still carrying around the emotions because your brain can forget, but guys, your body does not forget. So you could be embarrassed from something that really hurt you, really embarrassed you years and years and years and years ago, and you've never healed from that. You've never let your body heal. You've never forgiven yourself or forgiven another person. You've never healed from that, and you carry this around with you every day. A way to know if you're carrying around some of these super negative emotions without even realizing it is also, for instance, bad posture. You're not giving people eye contact. you're always slumped over, you don't respect yourself, you don't take care of yourself, because subconsciously, why would I take care of myself when I don't even like myself because of this one thing that happened years ago? So these are all ways that we're going to realize that we're carrying all of this shame and this embarrassment, this anger with ourselves, this resentment with ourselves. And another way is, if you think of a memory that you can actually think of off the top of your brain, and straight away you can feel those negative emotions from that memory. Oh my god, like that was so embarrassing, like I can't believe I did that. There you are, you're carrying that emotion with you. It's just reminded you of that emotion. The fact that that emotion is still able to come up from that scenario shows you haven't healed from it already. So you're carrying around all of these emotions inside your being. You haven't healed from them, you haven't done the work, you haven't done the shadow work, and these emotions is what's presenting in your life. You are creating your reality, and it's all coming from these emotions. But going back to how we create our future, right, it comes down to how we react to those individual scenarios as well. So say for instance, if a negative scenario has come up in your life, a negative experience, because of your old conditioning, because of your past experiences, you've created this scenario, but then you respond to the scenario with more negative emotions. It's gonna be like a big hamster wheel, a massive catch-22. You're constantly in a state of creating and creating and creating, and you're never breaking the cycle. You're never breaking the cycle and turning this experience into a positive experience for next time something comes up. But instead, people are just constantly reacting all the time, and they're ignoring it. They're ignoring all of these things. They're ignoring all of these emotions that they're like, every day they're experiencing it. And guys, I literally never talk about this to anyone. This YouTube channel is the first time I am truly myself, really. Like, I'm truly the deep person that I am, the person that gives advice, because no one in my reality understands this. Everyone in my reality, when you start doing the work and you start becoming more spiritual and looking inside of yourself, you start to realize how unhealed people are. And I look at everyone in my life and how they respond to things. They give a negative energy to things, and you know, you can't really say anything to them because it's their problem, it's their life. And if I start saying all this stuff to them, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, true, but then they'll never do anything about it, or they won't even believe that they've even created their reality. So this is literally the first time I'm speaking about it, and that's why I create so many videos, because I love speaking about it. I love helping people. It's so important. Like, if I can help other people, because I can't help people in my life, like my family even, I can't help those kind of people. So creating YouTube videos is the best way for me to actually let it out almost, you know. But anyways, so we want to turn it into a positive scenario. So how do we create positive situations? How do we stop creating negative situations, right? So what we want to do is respond to the negative situations with nothing, no energy, pure ignorance. Or if you're really good at ignoring negative scenarios already, we can turn them into positive scenarios by, for instance, if something bad's happened, try and laugh. Like, laughter has such a high frequency. In The Power, so you've read The Secret, The Power, I'm listened to quite recently. She says, imagine people on a, oh my gosh, I don't know what she says, on like a horse. It's like a grumpy horse, something like that. Correct me in the comments if you know what I'm going on about. But she says, if someone's like angry or grumpy, imagine them on a horse, right? And they're on the grumpy horse today. They're like riding around on the grumpy horse. Like, you can just laugh to yourself like that. You can just giggle. You can make it playful. Like in my last video, how to make things playful, how to live in the end result playfully. This is doing that. This is living in the end result playfully, right? You're choosing to ignore this scenario and turn it into something playful, something fun, something to laugh about, you know? Obviously, don't laugh in people's faces. Like, that would be highly inappropriate and insensitive, but just giggle to yourself and be like, oh my god, like, I can't believe people, like, this is just funny. Like, the fact that they've said this to me, it's completely not related to me, it's a them issue, and I'm just gonna laugh it off. Like, it's just funny, they're on a grumpy horse, like, look at them. Do you know what I mean? Turn it into something positive. Or be grateful for things. If someone says a really negative comment to you, a lot of the time it's actually a reflection of what you think about yourself. So I was just watching another YouTuber a minute ago actually, who I've just come across, and she said that someone said to her that she only gets views on YouTube because of her looks. And instead of her taking that as, oh my god, you're so mean, you're jealous of me, like all of this, she said she's created this scenario. She admits that she has created this message has come up through this person to show her what she still needs to heal. All of this happens for a reason. And I bet you if you ask this person and you say, did you mean that? They'll probably say, I mean, I'm not sure, like, I don't know what came over me. And it's like, they just were there to transmit that message. And she said that she knew that this needed to happen, obviously, to show her what needed to be healed. So you'll find as soon as you start treating everything like a message, a sign, you know, as soon as you start treating everything like you can improve your reality, even if it means someone being rude to you, for example, think about like, how can I help this heal me? How can I use this scenario to improve myself? And then you can start turning it into gratitude. Like, thank you for showing me this. Thank you for appearing in my life and teaching me this lesson. Now I can take this home and I can further improve myself and heal myself. So thank you for showing me that. Even if it means, again, going back to Rhonda Byrne's Power, if someone in your life is rude that day and you get triggered by them being rude, it means you're on a low frequency. To physically be on their frequency, you've been pulled down, you are on that low frequency already. You shouldn't be affected by it. You shouldn't let other people you shouldn't let other people's emotions rub off onto you. You need to be on the higher, you know what I mean? And this doesn't mean being happy chappy all the time, like super high vibe and like hee hee hee, like everyone thinks. It just means that you need to have a higher state of emotional intelligence to rise above it. It's all about rising above negative scenarios. So if you're triggered by someone being reactive, then you're already on the bad emotion, and the thing that you need to learn from that is that like you're on that frequency. Girl, this is a reminder to step up again. Like, you've stepped down, like it's time to step back up. That's your sign. Like, you're on the wrong frequency right now, sort it out. That's your sign right there. And if you can completely ignore it, perfect. So how to actually create more positive scenarios, I've got my little graph here again. As you can see, I'm going to put it on here for you. This is the top end of the chart. So you can see enlightenment is actually at the top. And a lot of, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're monks. Monks live all the time in hopes of reaching enlightenment one day. And hence why, obviously, they meditate all the time and they do all of these practices. It's in hope of reaching enlightenment one day. And enlightenment, peace, joy, love, as you can see, all on the top things. So how do we create more positivity in our life and good events and better luck? And how do we attract the life of our dreams? How do we attract more money? It's exactly that. Tune into these frequencies as many times as you can. And again, not about being happy chappy all day, every day. Guys, I get reactive, you know. Sometimes I have arguments with people, do you know what I mean? We don't have to be perfect 24/7. Oh my god, that would be exhausting, right? But take time of it out of your day to purposely give thanks, be grateful, give love to people. When you see your family, give them that extra hug for those extra few seconds. Give them a kiss on the cheek, tell them you love them that extra one time, and it will light you up. And it also lights them up too. And guys, when we give good karma, we get way more good karma in return. Like, it all just comes back to us. So give more love, give more thanks, give more gratitude. At the end of every day, give gratitude. And what we can do to create more of those positive events when they occur is, for instance, if someone does something really nice to you, really feel that and sit in that positive emotion. Thank them, you know, give them love, but try and sit in it for as long as possible. Really like elevate that feeling and let it ride out for the rest of the day as much as you can, right? that is going to just show the universe exactly what you want more of. Giving love to that scenario, you're going to receive that scenario more times in your life, more of those positive events. And again, every single night, if you give thanks and you give love to people before you meditate, before you visualize, think about everyone that you love and just imagine you giving them a hug and saying I love you. It will set you in a state of love, and like if you put your hand over your heart as well, you can feel it even deeper. And then you go into your visualization. You're already going to start your visualization and your meditation from a super high frequency, and that is what we want. And again, if someone if you come across something so small, like look for the things in your life that you love. Like I have a lovely kettle. I make my matchas every day with this lovely kettle where I can choose the temperature from the dial. It wasn't expensive, it was literally from Amazon. I love this kettle. I love the fact that I can choose the temperature every time I make my matchas. You could literally be like, oh my god, I love this kettle. Like, thank you for this kettle. I love it, it's so cute. And then you could come across a little pink cloth on the side. I've got lots of pink cloths. I love the colour pink. I love this cloth. This cloth is so soft. Like, I love this pillowcase I'm sleeping on tonight. Oh my gosh. So glad I have this silky satin pillow. Like, it's so soft. It makes me have such a good sleep. I love my phone case. Oh, such a nice phone case. Like, just all these little things. When you're on a high vibe and you're in a state of love, you'll begin to notice more things that you love, because when you're on the high vibe, your body and your brain and the universe, it gives you more things to love because you've given love to this one thing. It presents in your life more and more and more, and then you start noticing all these other things that you love. Like, oh, I love my phone case, but I also love my camera case. And guys, I've recently letting my inner child take over a little bit, and I've gone crazy on pink again, like I did as a child, like with my pink LEDs, my pink channel, my pink camera wire, and then I purposely bought pink cable ties as well because I'm letting my inner child run free, guys. I love the colour pink. I literally grew up at one point and I was like, I need to start buying white things and black things and beige things, but why? I love the colour pink. I love, you know, I've always wanted to dye my hair blonde, so I've dyed my hair blonde now, you know, like I want to live like a princess. So I'm going to truly live in my passive princess era, hence the channel name. Let your inner child run free. When you love something, do more of it. Do it all day, every day if you can. Quit your job, follow your dreams, do what you want to do, but follow your heart and let your heart run wild, and you will notice things unfolding like crazy. So give more positivity, give more thanks, give more gratitude, and those things will just absolutely snowball, and you will have the best life, the best time. And ignore, this is one thing I thank my parents for so much, is although I didn't stand up for myself when I probably should have, they did teach me to ignore things. So instead of actually standing up for myself in a scenario, I ignored it. And that meant it went away. People used to say things in school, you know, like there's always those people that will mention this and they'll just randomly pick on people for no reason, right? But if anything ever happened to me that was really, like, you know, negative, I would always just ignore it. It would still affect me, don't get me wrong, but I would always ignore it. Like, I wouldn't even dare stand up to them anyways, but just anything. Like, I never had road rage or anything like that because I would just ignore it because it just doesn't, it's not me, it's not on my vibe, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good thing to learn to do, is just ignore it. It's not you. One thing that's really important to learn is it's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's them. Ignore it, okay? And just teach everything, take everything as a lesson. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there anyways. I'll see you in the next video. If you have any video requests, obviously comment it down below. And I'm gonna go and do my Sunday shopping before Asda closes in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!